How's Mr. Phillip today?
Oh, good. It's been a very busy week, so I'm getting to the end of it. Just barely. Shane had his graduation little ceremony yesterday. I've been filling in a bunch of extra days or shifts at work lately. So
They still
just
have
long days.
they still having staffing problems up there?
Yeah, it's Chihuahua. It's
We're
all,
down to
yeah.
22 seconds. Are we rolling out there, or do you need
Yeah,
me to
we're
play
live.
some? All right, take down the sliders. We'll be quiet and unsolo and unmute us.
Okay.
Reporting.
Don't forget, you can listen online too at kchw.org.
And good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. We are off and running, looking at 7:26 on the 10th of June. I want to throw out good mornings to my co-host this morning in the studios in Chihuahua at KCHW. It's Michelle Williams. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning, everybody.
Yay! And live from the metropolis of Addie, our typical Friday co-host. Yes, it's Phillip Dutton. Good morning, Phillip.
Good morning.
Yay!
Yay.
All right, I was going to tell Phillip, and I forgot to. I was going to tell him, hey, why don't you come up with a couple things that you want to talk about for Friday's show? And I never texted it to you, did I?
No,
No.
but I can get a head start on next week.
Okay. Uh-huh. Let's start off with a little weekend weather forecast. You guys ready for some more rain?
So stoked.
No?
Yay.
No more
Yay.
rain. 73 for your high today, mostly cloudy skies, showers in the afternoon. Just a 40% chance, but those might not be too bad. 45% chance of rain over the nighttime hours, 55 for an overnight low. Your Saturday morning starts off at 73. I mean, it doesn't start off there, but starts off with morning rain and then a daytime high of 73. And that's good to get the rain over with in the morning because there's some stuff going on in the park tomorrow, which Michelle will talk about in a little bit. 49 for an overnight low on Saturday. What a cold overnight low for June. 49. Sunday, 72 and 49 again, but it's partly cloudy on Sunday with just a 20% chance of rain. Back to the showers for Monday with a high. Get this, you guys. Your high on Monday is only 55 degrees. Can you believe that?
Brr.
After the
Brr.
last couple of weeks that we've had, yeah, I can believe it.
Okay. Let's see. I'm not much different here in Maine. It was beautiful and sunny this morning. Partly cloudy for the rest of the day with a 30% chance of rain, down to 50 tonight. Our weather's a little bit better than yours, not much. Our Saturday is mostly cloudy at 76, but actually going to hit 81 on Sunday under partly cloudy skies. So a little bit of summertime for Scott.
Congratulations.
I don't
Thank you.
I don't think we've had a day affected at 80 yet.
No, we haven't. And
You-
I have to say
Sorry.
it's really messing up. Like, 'cause I've got everything planted, and then it starts to grow, and then I'm up in Loon Lake, so when we have a low day in town, it's like between 7 and 12 degrees lower for me. So then everything stops growing. I'm like, oh,
They're not enjoying that at all, are they?
making me crazy.
Somebody said yesterday, I don't know if it was Chuck or Alan, I think the day before had been like 75 or 76, and they said that was the warmest day of the year so far.
Yeah, we are in
Virginia.
record lows everywhere.
That's crazy. And last year at this time, it was record highs, and you were sweltering in 100-degree heat. But it's awesome for the forests. They needed the break from the past few summers. So, I'm sure it kind of makes it rough when people want to go out to the lake and go swimming. But the more rain you get stocked up right now, the longer you're going to be able to go before you got to worry about for those forest fires coming back. So
I can
could be a good
absolutely agree to that.
yeah. All right. Let's see. We got weather out of the way. Stuff going on this weekend. Are you prepared to start with that, Michelle? I want to tell people about the hang gliders and the paragliders and the snowmobiles. Since your weather's so bad, why not go look at snowmobiles happening in the park tomorrow? You got details on that?
Yeah, I do. So the Chewelah Trail Twisters and Center of Lift are coming to the Chewelah City Park tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. They're actually going to have live music at 7 o'clock with Eric E. And Steve O's Restaurant from Republic and Fired Up Brewery is going to be bringing the food and beverages. So it's going to be really cool. You'll get to check out the hang gliders and paragliders and stuff. And, I used to live in Valley, and there's like a huge rock mountain between Valley and the highway. And I used to see the paragliders go and jump off of that all the time, and they would just go forever, it seemed. So it'd be kind of cool to check out how those things actually work and stuff like that. And aside from that, we've got some championship snowmobiles that were involved in the 2022 WCC Oval Race. So they're going to be there, and you can check out what they've been up to and get some stories from them. And backcountry snowmobile riders from the Pacific Northwest. So it's going to be really cool.
All right. Phillip, have you ever jumped out of an airplane, parachuted, hang glided, anything like that?
No. But flown an airplane, but no, just staying in them.
You flew an airplane, or you've flown in an airplane?
Both.
Both. Oh, what was it like flying the plane?
It was awesome. We had this class that was optional in high school. It was an elective, but counted towards math and science because it was super long. But basically, it was a partnership with the airfield in Auburn, Washington, and you did 2 hours a day at school. But by the end of the semester, you were able to complete your ground school, and you would have 18 hours of flight time. So yeah, well on your way to getting your private pilot license.
They'd probably kick me out because I'd be holding onto the stick going.
Maybe they don't force you into it though. So.
And then I'd look over my shoulder and I go, "Don't get cocky, kid." All right, a little Star Wars reference. Sorry, Michelle, I interrupted you.
That's all right.
What else we got going on?
Well, we have some Sunday fun as well.
Okay.
The Chewelah Valley Lions Club is hosting its second annual cornhole tournament.
Nice.
I'm sorry. Every time I put that in the community calendar, I have to stop after I say it so I don't laugh. It's
fun.
excellent. It's awesome. So Sunday, the beginners will start at noon, and registration for that is at 11 o'clock. Advanced players will start at 3 p.m., and registration for them is 2 p.m. You can register.
That's my fault. Sorry.
You can pre-register online using the Scoreholio app, although payment for your registration will be due at the time of the event. They're going to have barbecued burgers and cash prizes and raffles. They will provide water for thirsty people that are playing. They do ask if you have your own bags to please bring them with you. So that's going to be at the Children's Pavilion at the park. So pretty awesome. They're doing some good stuff.
What was that app called?
Scoreholio.
Wow.
Man, that's like the best name for an app I've ever heard.
Right.
Any other events going on today?
No.
There's one. I know you missed it. That was a prompt.
Okay, then I missed it.
All right, Farmers Market in the Chewelah City Park. That's because we get used to it. 11 to 3:30 today. Go get some fresh goodies. All right. Have you been able to check it out this year, Michelle, yet?
No, I haven't, but I'm working with Mike and the chamber stuff, so I'm probably going to be volunteering there here pretty soon, as soon as we get an idea of what our schedule is going to look like as far as how many volunteers we have and how we're going to make that work. But I'm glad that you reminded me of that because I'm going to go down there and check them out for lunch today.
Yeah, I want to know about, even though I can't enjoy it, I'd like to know about like the lunch vendors and that kind of stuff because it's been really cool in the past going down there and getting some food for lunch. And then I can make you extra nervous, Michelle, and tell you that once you start volunteering there, we'll go through a little lesson and I'll show you how to remote access the computers and do a live break from the park.
That'd be fun.
It is fun. All right, and then you can get some of the vendors to come over to your table and interview them and stuff too. So it's kind of cool.
It's really fun learning all this stuff. I know that you did it for a long time and put a lot of schooling and stuff behind it, and I'm kind of getting in on some of that schooling without having to go to college for it. So it's pretty cool.
All right. Well, moving along this morning, if those are all our events, we'll say good morning to Christopher and Ron, both checking in with us on Facebook and saying hi. I like how, and not that you have to do it, Christopher, but I like how Ron always puts like a microphone or a headphone or something like that. And Ron's actually like a lifelong friend of mine and a good, he's always listening every day. And then you guys, just so you know, he does critique us after the show.
Good
like
to know.
on a scale.
Yeah. It was like the first
Cool.
week after the first couple days. He said, yeah, Scott, I know how you hate to look short. You need to adjust your camera because you look really tiny compared to everybody else.
That's who said that.
Well, we finally got Phillip to laugh at something, and it was me. Thanks, Phillip.
It normally is.
Ooh, ow, here we go. The game starts. All right, some news you can use. What were the most shocking revelations from last night's primetime edition of the January 6th committee, the House committee? Did you guys check this out?
I
Either of
have not.
I was working.
Oh. All right, so Democratic, these are from both sides. Democratic Representative Benny Thompson is the chairman of the House committee. He opened the night. And Republican Representative Liz Cheney, the committee's vice chair, took the spotlight in her opening remarks. And it's, I guess, when some of these revelations come out and they're delivered by a Republican, maybe it'll get across to a few more people that there was a real problem. Cheney revealed Trump had a sophisticated 7-part plan to overturn the presidential election and prevent the transfer of presidential power. Stuff was going on in the background, obviously. She said during the upcoming hearings, you will see evidence of each element of this plan. And they're going to do the same thing they did last night. I guess in a few weeks it's going to happen again, and they're going to deliver more information to the American public. Cheney said that the future hearings would feature testimony from Trump cabinet members discussing the possibility of invoking the 25th Amendment and replacing the President of the United States. He really wanted to keep being president. And that should be a red flag right there, I think. Cheney also revealed new details about the White House's response to the riot, including a video clip of a deposition given by General Mark Milley, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Milley, or Milley, I'm not sure how you say his name, told House investigators that it was then Vice President Mike Pence who actually gave the order to send National Guard troops to respond to the violence at the Capitol on January 6th, but the White House instructed him to say that Trump had made the call. So
Wow.
That's one of the generals rolling on that one. In the most highly anticipated moments of the hearing, the committee showed a clip of its interview with Trump's daughter and former White House advisor Ivanka, in which she said she accepted her father's defeat in the 2020 election. She said, "I respect Attorney General Barr, so I accepted what he was saying." Cheney said the committee had obtained evidence that in the wake of January 6th, multiple Republican members of Congress, including Representative Scott Perry, a Republican from Pennsylvania, pursued pardons from the outgoing president. And let's see, last one here. It was revealed that in the weeks before January 6th, Trump had met with General Michael Flynn, Sidney Powell, Rudy Giuliani, and others at the White House alone for periods of time before White House lawyers and other staff discovered the group was there and rushed to intervene. I guess maybe they're not supposed to be doing that in secret. According to Cheney, after this meeting was when Trump tweeted to his supporters of January 6th, "Be there, it will be wild." All right, so.
Unbelievable.
And like if you didn't already know that was going on. All right, something for parents, Michelle. This will just I mean it just kind of kicks you in the gut. Baby Holly, a missing child of a Florida couple who was presumed murdered in 1981, has been found alive at age 42. Had no idea that she had actual biological parents out there. So what a horrible thing for the parents to go through, and then getting to meet your child then at when she's 42. How weird.
I'm
She was actually, they said, kidnapped by, they don't know what they were. They said they actually have the women. They were, gave the baby away. They were both in robes saying they were part of a religious group. And they handed the baby off at like some raceway or something like that back in 1981. And that's what happened to the child. She had, I guess, no idea that the parents that were raising her weren't hers, and that she was adopted and had, yeah, weird story, but kind of, I guess, a good end to it. All right. Now, the government's doing something for you guys. You ready for this?
oh, yeah.
Yes.
It's a little something, as gas prices hit $5 per gallon for the first time in a lot of places across the U.S. IRS makes mileage deduction for gas costs more generous in a rare mid-year move for taxes. 62.5 cents per mile if you use your car for work. They've upped it for you to give a little break. So that's kind of cool for people that are tripping around, right?
What's that like over there? Gas prices.
I think the other day it was $4.84, so pretty comparable to yours.
Oh,
I paid $5.29 yesterday.
yeah.
Wow.
5:45.
Was 5 what?
5:45.
Wow. I'm sorry, you guys. Not much better over here, but a little bit. Oh. Now you've got a pretty fuel efficient car though, Phillip, right?
Yeah. I don't know. It's I knew that it was gonna go up. That's not the surprising part. I guess the rate that it's been going up. A couple days before I was at the same gas station and it was, 20 or 30 cents cheaper. So it's like when it's going up, it's making these huge jumps in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It seems like every time I drive through town, it's jumped a nickel to a dime.
Yeah.
We have one gas station here, though, obviously the busiest gas station, because they're usually 10 to 20 cents lower than the rest of them.
Mm.
So, but it's kind of nice to have that. I've been debating whether, because I've got an extra fuel cell, if I should bother with trying to keep it full with cheaper gas before the prices go up. Because they're saying we're going to hit $7 a gallon this summer. What's that going to do to the economy? The price of food and everything is already shot up so bad, and we're looking at going up a couple more dollars. Ron tells me there's like, I won't get into it again, but the OMAC has a gas problem in which a lot of the gas stations are owned by one individual, most of the gas stations, and he's gouging everybody. I mean, it's pretty obvious. So they're paying I think that was last week. I think he said $6.33 a gallon. That's
Oh my gosh.
crazy.
Holy cow.
So, and I imagine some of the smaller towns, because you pay more for it, because it's got to, get shipped there and it takes longer. I'm sure you're seeing some crazy prices in a lot of small towns.
And there's also a ripple effect too, because if you think about like we pay per tank, to fill up. I think it's over $60 now for me to fill my car up, and that's crazy. But then you think about like our farmers that have to fill up their tractors and their big machines, and there's like several $100s worth of diesel going into those. Yeah, our food prices are going up, our gas prices are going up, and now the cost to actually farm the food is getting so exponentially much higher than what they're used to that they're having big problems in these family farms.
And the gas, it's hurting the food supply chain too. The prices are, I don't know how people are going to make it. I'm sure there's a lot of people just struggling. Our food bills almost doubled in just a few months.
Yeah.
I went to the big box store. I think I said this yesterday. Spent $160 on groceries, and I came back with a really tiny box of food, put everything away, and like I'm looking last night in my fridge going, I really don't have anything to eat. And I spent $160.
Well, and then
So-
even more than that too. Like, have you seen? There was a news story I read yesterday about it's like the 24th food processing plant that has gone up in flames in 2022. They're
What's
all
up with
over
that?
all over the country. Our food processing plants are just up twice in a week. An airplane crashed into two separate locations.
Wow.
Right?
That's not helpful at all.
No. We're counterproductive here, people.
Any other time it might have been a situation where like, oh, that's not that bad. But yeah, two of them and already having supply chain issues. All right. Let's move along this morning if you guys are with me and head for bits and breaks is what we like to call it. Just some goofy things that we find out on the internet. Up first, let's toss it to the girl, Michelle. And I'm going to lead you into this, Michelle, because it's kind of long and there's some really weird names in it. But basically, it's turned into like, I don't know, a Twitter thing where people are following it. We're following it, trying to find out how to get apart two stuck bowls. It was a lady that posted this. She had she wanted to know how do you remove the smaller bowl without breaking both of them with these two stuck bowls that were together. She had different ideas and gave regular updates of what hadn't worked so far. Many people became invested in the challenge of separating her two bowls. Okay. Someone launched a website about it. Is the bowl still stuck? It's an actual website. You can go ahead and Google that. But while many suggestions were in earnest, the funny ones really stuck out of how to get two bowls apart. And for those funny clips or those funny ideas, we go to Michelle Williams.
All right.
Yeah.
I am interested to know if she ever just tried politely asking the smaller bowl to leave. Excuse me, sir.
Please.
They like the attention, apparently. As soon as you
Yes.
pretend you don't care, they'll get bored of this game. Or maybe they don't want to be separated. Maybe they're not spooning, but they're bowling. Oh,
I want to know what that looks like.
I don't.
Okay.
Um,
All right. You got more, don't you?
Yeah. Would it kill you to accept that the Bulls are one now and maybe support the relationship? All right. Okay. So you could give it to a small child and tell that child that never, ever, under any circumstances, on pain of death, must these two bowls be separated. Leave the room for 30 seconds. Return to separated bowls.
We need kids to do it, huh?
Right. Yes. It's adult proof.
Mm.
Okay. But
I like
according
how in the reasoning she says something like that it she's been doing it 2 days, so why should she give up now? It's like, wow, why did you spend 2 days doing this?
If she's married and I was her husband, I'd walk over after like several days of this whining about the balls, and I'd just pick them both up and drop them on the floor and go, "Look, they're separated. Problem solved."
Push him off the counter.
Yeah. Oops.
the cat did it.
Cat did it. I like the second one, and you really you skipped it.
Oh, yes. Okay. You can fill the bowls with prune juice because prune juice will guarantee a bowl movement. I did not see that.
That's still not the one I like, and this is just because I'm a tech guy and I've had to do this with people before. Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in?
That's very good. Very good. Here's fill a tub with warm, not too hot water. Hold bowls snug to your chest. Get in the tub. Close optional. Submerge fully. Close eyes. Take slow, deep breaths. Remain for 10 minutes. After toweling off, it is unlikely the bowls will separate, but you'll feel stress-free.
These are horrible ideas. All right. Summertime events. I've got a couple different things about grilling. Phillip, how do people feel about grilling?
I don't know, but I have a friend that is from Texas, and he says that there's a big distinction between grilling and barbecuing.
Did he explain what that was?
Basically, that everybody that just does their hot dogs and hamburgers, that's not barbecuing.
Okay.
It's like a whole deal, like, the marinating and the steaks and the all sorts of stuff. If you're doing hot dogs and hamburgers, you're grilling.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Okay, I'll take it. All right, so you've got grilling season in a survey. Give us the results, buddy.
Oh, yeah. 57% of respondents say that hot dogs are sandwiches. Does that mean a taco is a sandwich?
Kinda, yeah.
60% of men think a hot dog is a sandwich, while 52% of women agree.
My question, if it's not a sandwich, what is it?
It's a hot dog.
I don't know. Food delivery device?
Ooh, good.
Let's see. 56.7% of respondents say grilling is the best method to prepare a hot dog. Surprisingly, 12.6% think it is microwaving that is the best way to do a hot dog.
Ew.
You really can't hurt the hot dog because it's, by microwaving it, because it's already floor sweeping. So what's going to be the problem adding some radiation to it?
Mm-hmm. It might start to grow legs again.
Oh.
It's already cooked. You're just heating it up.
That's right.
In a cheeseburger, 15% of respondents say or feel that the cheese should go under the burger.
Ooh.
Do you do that, Scott?
I don't, but it seems like it probably would melt better. No, heat rises, so no, it needs to go on the top.
Yeah. What about you, Michelle? Cheese under the burger?
I don't put cheese on my burger at all, but I'm thinking.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm weird, okay, because I don't like melted cheese on my hamburger, but I will put a regular slice of cheese on my hamburger after it's done. I'm weird. But the only thing I could maybe surmise as to why the cheese goes under the burger is it might help with the slippage. Keep that burger in place.
Oh, that's good.
I was going to say that the only time you put it under the burger is if you're putting it on top of the burger, too.
In the middle.
2 slices.
Well, I don't want to blow your guys' mind, but why not put a slice on the top and the bottom? Just saying. Extra cheese, please.
Because heart attacks are a real thing.
Oh, not from cheese. Blessed are the cheese makers.
Yes.
Okay, we've got, the best level of doneness for a burger is medium, with 40% of the respondents agreeing. And let's see, drumsticks are clear favorite amongst wing eaters, approved by 67%.
All right. I've got a couple stats for Is Your Man a Grilling Man? Nearly half, 48.5% of grilling men have gone outside in their underwear to check on the grill. If you're one of those, you're a
grilling man.
All right. More stats. Grilling men would rather grill, and I'm not arguing barbecue or grilling. We're just going to combine it. Grilling men would rather grill than exercise, 22%. Would rather grill than go fishing, 38%. Would rather watch sports on TV, grill than watch sports on TV, 45%. Would rather grill than cook indoors, 9%. Would rather grill than do yard work, 11%. And would rather grill or clean the house, 4%. That seems kind of odd.
I feel like those stats were backwards.
I think I did that backwards. That's why it felt so odd.
I think it's better the way you did it.
Well, it does that. Grilling men would rather grill than exercise, 22%. Go fishing, 38%. But I can't believe that one cleaning the house.
Right.
All right, Michelle. This is kind of scary because I know you just got married. What is the number one sign you're getting close to cheating on your spouse? Pretty simple. You look forward to seeing him with more excitement than a typical friend. This is according to Jennifer Oakley, a psychologist and dating coach. Here are 4 signs that you're headed to the danger zone. You're going to cheat. Will you give us the 4 signs, Michelle?
The danger zone. All
the
right.
danger zone.
Let's see. You look forward to seeing him or her with more excitement than a typical friend and spend more time with him than you should. You find yourself dressing up and paying more attention to your appearance in a hope that he or she will notice you. You confide in him or her about your relationship troubles at home. That's a big no-no. You flirt with him or her, touching him or her while talking or making playful comments.
All right. Then once you start fantasizing what it would be like to be with him or her, it's done. Here's what you need to do now.
Step away from the attraction by setting limits on the amount of contact you have.
Sounds like a workplace romance, doesn't it?
Sounds like a bad sitcom. No longer share your troubles. Turn to your partner first for support. Only spend time together in groups. Don't be alone. Refocus your attention on your partner by stopping all thoughts and fantasies about the new guy or gal. Plan some fun with your partner so you can reconnect and get the spark going again.
That was a horrible bit.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
That's the one. Those are the ones you normally give me.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, Michelle.
That's okay.
Should have tossed that to Phillip.
It's okay.
All right. I have one that was missed from a few days ago. I kind of liked it. Was old words with new meanings. All right. So arbitrator was my first word. And an arbitrator is a cook that leaves Arby's to work at McDonald's. Get it? Arbitrator? Burglarize. That's what a crook sees with. Burglarize. Counterfeiters. Those are workers who put together kitchen cabinets. Counterfeiters.
That's awesome.
Heroes. What a guy in a boat does.
Heroes.
Hero. Thank you. Paradox. That's two physicians. Paradox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Relief. That's what trees do in the spring.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shellfish or selfish. And that's what the owner of a seafood store does. Shellfish.
Mm.
And my last one is subdued. And that's a guy who works on one of those submarines, man.
Subdued.
Subdued. He's such the subdued.
I've got one for you.
Okay.
Hebrew, the man that makes your coffee in the morning.
Oh. Is that politically correct, Michelle?
I don't care.
All right.
I liked it.
Coolest roller coasters with Phillip Dutton.
Let's see. Coming up with the name for a new roller coaster must be tough, or maybe it's easy. Some of the most popular names are Millennial Force, Top Thrill Dragster, Steel Dragon 2000. Thought that was the name of one of Scott's cars. Hades 360, Wildfire, and The Boss.
Wow. Yeah, the unpopular names would be like You're Gonna Die, roller coaster.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I want to get on any roller coaster with any mention of fire in the name at all. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I'm coming up with more scary idea names for roller coasters, but there's a lot of people that have been hurt on roller coasters, so maybe I shouldn't do that. Make fun of that kind of stuff. Or should I?
Is there a lot of people?
There's been a lot of people hurt by roller coasters. Horrible accidents. One just happened already this summer that was in the news on one of those ones that go up really high and drop. Somebody fell out of it up at the top. Then there was that horrible one where somebody lost their feet when a cable snapped. And, when I hear things like that, it always seems that something like that happens right before I go to a theme park. So I'm paranoid the whole time.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I had, I'm looking for it. I had, let's go ahead and do it. It's what Scott thinks about on the shower. It usually doesn't happen on a Friday, but I'm going to do it because you people need to know what I think about in the shower. Maybe you don't. All right. The first thing I thought about this morning, I don't know why I woke up thinking about pizza, but I decided any size pizza is a personal pizza if I'm hungry enough.
True.
Yeah.
I inherited memories from a child that doesn't exist anymore. Uh-huh.
That's deep.
Uh-huh. As children, we think that the world around us is very mature, but after growing up, we think that it's pretty childish. And I think it is. Nothing says a company doesn't value your words like... nothing says a company doesn't value you, Phillip, like the words, "Dear valued customer."
Does really hit me in the heart.
This one really startled me when I came up with it. A new species of bird is actually a UFO.
Oh,
True.
totally.
And the last one, to make your brain hurt, remember, anytime you think people can't get dumber, remember, there are instructions on a box that explains how to make tea. True thing. True thing. That's a fun thing to do as a bit, too, is just start grabbing different things and read the warning labels. It's kind of scary. Yeah. Like a toaster, it says, "Do not operate in the tub."
Yeah.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Today it's Michelle and Phillip.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
All right, you Chihuahua locals, longtime Chihuahua locals, checking in on Facebook this morning. Now with us, Matt Parrish. Good morning from Oregon, is what Matt says. And I know he's probably still got some relatives and friends around this area, too. Good to hear from you, Matt. And after talking about the gas, Ron chimed in. Those poor folks in Omak, we need to do something for them. Their gas today, $6.59.
Ooh.
So that's
Outrageous.
gotta be some of the highest. I mean, they're up there with California. You know, could we? If we're obviously getting gouged on gas prices, is there? Can we go to the Attorney General of the state of Washington? Should people be turning that owner in, because it seems like they're taking advantage of a situation?
Yeah.
Just thinking out loud. If I was in OMAC, that's what I'd do. All right, but let's see, trivia questions. I better stop before I get myself in trouble. First trivia question for you guys this morning. I hope nobody cheated. First one of these debuted in 1884 and was called a gravity pressure switchback railway. We know it better as what? A gravity pressure switchback railway. We know it as what?
A subway?
It's not a subway.
Is it what we were just talking about?
It is, Phillip.
Roller coaster?
Roller coaster.
I wanted to pick Subway, so I kind of benefited off of Michelle going first.
Gravity Pleasure Switchback Railway. That's what I'm going to call my apartment. All right. What house is the second most visited American home in the United States? What house?
Graceland.
The most visited is the White House, of course. What's the second most visited?
What did Michelle say?
I said Graceland.
You are right. You were just a little quiet, so I didn't catch it. Look, she puts her hands up. All right, going to give you 3 phrases. Please wait till the end. One of them is a lie. I'm going to need you to tell me which one. The first tennis balls were made of wood. Ouch. The phrase 3 sheets to the wind gets its based on railroad terminology. Okay, 3 sheets to the wind is based on railroad terminology. A newborn baby's brain triples in weight during the first year of life. Which one of those is the lie?
I'm going to go with B.
With the phrase 3 sheets to the wind is based on railroad terminology, you're going to say is the lie, Michelle?
I'm going to go with wooden tennis balls.
Man, unfortunately, and this, I don't know, I want to go watch a tennis game because the first tennis balls were actually made of wood.
How
it
did
was
they-
soft
They
wood.
should bring that back for like its own series.
With no warning labels.
It adds some much needed excitement to the game if you knew somebody could actually be knocked out if they missed their swing.
Tennis, but with wood.
Yeah. And a newborn's baby brain actually does triple in weight during the first year of life. So 3 sheets to the wind. That's you drank too much. Has nothing to do with railway terminology. Actually, though, origins do come from sailing.
Interesting.
All right. Got a couple more. Average American eats 50 of these a year. It's a fruit.
Kiwi.
No, it's a very, very popular fruit.
Apples.
Nope, there's I guess 100 different varieties of this fruit, but here in the United States, we only get the one variety typically.
Oh, man.
Bananas.
Bananas is the correct answer. Good job, Michelle. When packing for a trip, men forget this more than any other item. Phillip, counting on you.
Socks.
No, not socks. Men forget this item more than any other.
Shaving cream. People use that. Is that something people use?
Ask you a question. Do you think if you say it slower, it's less wrong?
Yes. Sounds like I'm asking you a question.
Shaving cream? It is not shaving cream. This is an accoutrement to other things you might be wearing.
A watch.
It's a more important accoutrement to other things you might be wearing.
Underwear.
Sometimes girls wear them just for a fashion accessory, but they're important to guys, especially guys with round bellies.
A belt.
A belt is right.
Oh.
All right. Can you tell us, Michelle, what fat guy you were picturing? I said round belly. Something had to pop into your mind.
Santa.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Oh, I was just thinking of my son. He's very thin, and so he's tall and scrawny, and then his pants are all loopy when he puts the belt on because the pants are too big, and the belt makes the pants go loopy.
Like
You know
a
you could-
scrunchie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
was
I used to have that problem.
I hate you guys. All right. For every human on Earth, there are 200 million what?
Mosquitoes.
I will take that answer. It's actually insects.
That's what it feels like.
I got one of those rackets that zaps them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I got 2 of them. Gave one to each of my kids, and they're running around, zap, 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 zap. And I'm like, you can't even tell.
You know what's really funny is to watch an adult doing that.
They're relentless.
Yeah.
Especially with this weather lately.
I like to hand one to my blind mom and say, "Mom, there's a mosquito by you."
It's like your sister.
Oops, it was Val. All right. What company used to be called Blue Ribbon Sports? Used to be called Blue Ribbon Sports. Now very popular 4-letter name.
Nike?
Nike is right, Michelle.
Nice.
And no way to be cheating because I got this off a different cheat sheet. All right. In 1994, the city of New York held a 45-minute funeral service for what non-human object? 1994. This is a tough one. City of New York held a 45-minute funeral service for what non-human object?
Was it a living thing?
Yes.
I don't know. A groundhog?
No.
Some marine animal from a water park?
No, but it was in a park.
The gorilla?
It's well, that is a non-human thing, isn't it? All right. No, it was not an animal.
Oh.
I just
Hmm.
gave it
Oh,
big
it's a
hint.
living thing that's not a human and not an animal.
Uh-huh.
Whew.
A spider?
It was their favorite cedar tree.
Oh.
Yeah, it died in Queen's Park. All right, typical person will use 167 of these a year. It's a huge problem. Huge.
Straws.
Bigger than straws.
Plastic bags.
About the same as a plastic bag. In the problems it causes. In fact, big news story yesterday, if you might have caught it on TV, that this has been found on the Arctic ice shelf.
Not like the 6-pack rings.
No, but that's right in the same vein.
Plastic utensils.
No, looking for plastic water bottles. Plastic
Oh.
water bottles.
Ah.
But yesterday in the news, they had Arctic ice. They took a sample and have found the microplastics in that. And yeah, scary. It's made it all the way to the top. All right, just a couple more before we go to break, you guys. Bear with me. A typical American homeowner will spend 40 hours a year doing what around the home?
Vacuuming.
40 hours a year doing what around the home? This is outside.
Outdoor vacuuming.
Yes.
Otherwise known as lawn mowing.
Lawn mowing, Phil. Outdoor vacuuming.
What do you call it?
I'm going to go vacuum the lawn. I guess we could do that. We could call it that. Huh.
Please don't. There's like 100 terrible memes for people vacuuming the lawns outside, and none of them are good. I won't elaborate as to why. You'll have to go look it up yourself.
I would like a ride.
Boo.
Would this be creepy then if I said I would like a riding lawn vacuum?
That's a
I don't see
whole
the
nother
problem.
level.
I don't see the
A
problem.
whole
yeah.
nother level.
More importantly, was that the right answer?
No, yeah, it was. It was mowing the lawn.
Yes.
Each year, the Social Security Administration does this to about 12,200 people.
Declares them dead.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
still alive.
Yeah.
Well,
I should be so lucky. 20% of you will not go on vacation for this reason. 20% of you will not go on a vacation for this reason.
gas
Fear of
prices.
flying.
No.
I was going to say gas prices are too high.
I once gave up a trip to Europe with Ron. In fact, I once passed up a trip to Europe because of this reason.
You didn't have a passport?
No, that's a good guess though. 20% of you will not go on vacation for this reason. Doesn't matter where you're going. You're going to skip it for this reason. Something you really care about. It's got to be big, right, to skip a vacation, especially if it's all expense paid.
I don't know. You have to get shots to go or something.
Nope, you haven't.
Somebody.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know. Somebody passed away. Like I
Nope.
can't think. I'm just trying to think of what I would miss a vacation for. All expenses paid.
Yeah. You have no place to leave your pets.
Oh, yeah.
No. I had at the time Ron was talking to me, trying to get me to go to Europe with him. This was years and years ago. I had 2 cats, and I was not going to stick them in a kennel for a month. That just seemed cruel. But in hindsight, I should have stuck them in a kennel. All right. Women do this 4 times more than men. It's a crime.
Shoplift.
Yes. Wow. He doesn't even give you a second, does he, Michelle? All right. I'm going to give you food additives. You tell me if it's real or fake, and just shout it out, and we'll wrap up with this. Lactic acid,
Real.
Real.
dextrose,
Real.
Real.
graftose.
Fake.
It is. Sodium chlorotrimmetron.
I'm going to say real.
Philip?
I mean, I hope it's real, but I'm gonna say fake.
It is fake. That's a good one.
Okay.
Sodium chlorotrimmetron. You're soaking in it. Sorbitol.
Real.
Real.
And what does it do to you if you have too much sorbitol?
I don't know.
Well, eat a half pound of sugar-free taffy and you'll find out.
Oh, I know what
After
it does
these
to you.
messages.
Let's behind
Maybe.
door number 2, Bob. That would be the bathroom.
Yes. Lactose lactate. Huh?
Egg.
It's
It is
probably
fake.
oh.
And last one, brominated vegetable oil.
That's real.
Real.
It is real. How did you know it was real, Michelle?
Oh, because I am weird and I look at labels.
I've never noticed that one, brominated.
Yeah.
I would think that's like one from a friend. Okay, maybe not. All right, we go to break. We're going to leave you with some sponsor identification and a little news. And then we'll be back with local birthdays for the weekend, today in history, some other goodies, and we always wrap up with the fun stuff, and that's your odd news. Stay tuned. It is KCHW Chihuahua, 102.7 FM.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW Chihuahua.
Your KCHW Morning Show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chihuahua. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, June the 10th, 2022. I'm Mike Clifford. Americans concerned about gun violence are rallying this weekend to put pressure on lawmakers to pass gun safety measures in the wake of mass shootings in Uvalde, Texas, Buffalo, New York, and elsewhere. We head first to West Virginia.
On Thursday, the U.S. House passed a bill to nationalize red flag laws, allowing a court to temporarily block a person deemed to be a danger to themselves or others from purchasing firearms. President of the American Federation of Teachers in West Virginia, Fred Albert, says he's recently spoken with Democratic West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin and believes Manchin will take action on the issue.
He definitely supports doing something that is going to help, and what that something is, I guess they're debating that right now in Congress.
Earlier this week, the senator told CNN he would support raising the gun purchasing age to 21. The Giffords Law Center says West Virginia doesn't require residents to get a background check or a permit to carry a loaded concealed gun in public. In 2020, the Mountain State had the 14th highest gun death rate in the nation. Opponents of stricter gun safety laws argue they penalize law-abiding gun owners and don't reduce violent crime. The rally is at noon Saturday at the state capitol. Nadia Ramlagan reporting.
And in Ohio, Michelle Dillingham with the Cincinnati Federation of Teachers says there is a unified call for reforms to address the public health crisis of gun violence.
This is not a celebration, right? This is traumatic. We are seeing an unacceptable level of gun violence on school grounds, traumatizing our youth and their families. And so we'll march to compel lawmakers to make common sense gun reform.
And in New Hampshire, a high school sophomore, Arika Roy, is an organizer of the March for Our Lives rally that's going to happen in Nashua this Saturday.
Me personally, and just to most students in general, it's important for us to raise the gun owning age from 18 to 21 and just to enact stricter policies and enact background checks and whatnot.
Now from Reuters, the chairman of the congressional panel probing the deadly 2021 attack on the Capitol by Donald Trump supporters on Thursday opened the hearings into the causes of the violence by accusing the former president of being at the center of a conspiracy to thwart democracy. Democrat Benny Thompson, the committee's chair, said in an opening statement the violence was no accident. It was Trump's last stand. Republican Vice Chair Liz Cheney said the motivation for many involved in the attack was Trump's repeated debunked claims the election was stolen. This is PNS. Promoting the theme Unity in Community, the Hispanic Access Foundation has partnered with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services to bring COVID-19 vaccine clinics to Latino churches in 3 Texas communities.
Ari Garcia is the secretary for Hope of Life Church of God in Houston. They want more people to either get vaccinated or, she says, at least get the right resources about the vaccines.
We've seen a lot of people that are still getting sick today. Even when they use the mask, people are still getting the virus. So I think it's important, and I tell them it's still around.
The Hope of Life Church of God in Houston is offering vaccination clinics every Wednesday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. I'm Roz Brown.
In addition to Texas, other clinics working to reach Latino families for COVID vaccinations are located in Arizona, Connecticut, Illinois, New Jersey, and Nevada. This Saturday, the Kansas City Local Investment Commission holds its first Caring Communities Day.
The goal is to provide resources to families from sign-ups for weatherization programs to free smoke detectors. It's at the Morningstar Youth and Family Life Center, and local partner agencies and organizations include the fire and police departments, Evergy, Spire, and Kansas City Water Services. Janet Miles-Barty with Blank hopes the event will bring awareness that pandemic resources are still available and that it'll be a time to come together and celebrate the community.
We will have Evergy there. We will be talking to people about rental assistance, just really all kind of resources. One of the things that have come up that there's a shortage of baby formula, and we're going to try to have some baby formula and some other baby needs there for families.
According to the Census Bureau's Household Pulse survey, more than 35% of Missouri residents still struggle to pay for usual household expenses. I'm Lee Bolke reporting.
Finally, Jonah Chester lets us know Illinois taking steps to increase higher education opportunities for people across that state.
On Tuesday, Governor J.B. Pritzker signed 2 higher ed bills into law. One will create new support staff to help students find and get financial aid, and the other will compel schools to create equity plans to remove barriers for students from underrepresented communities. Emily Goldman with the Partnership for College Completion says the measures will help students stay enrolled once they enter college.
These bills really are about ensuring that Illinois students have access to the resources that they need to access and persist in college.
The Illinois Board of Higher Education reports the state's overall public university enrollment increased from 2019 to the most recent school year, although total enrollment for undergraduates alone dropped slightly in that time period.
This is Mike Clifford. Thank you for wrapping up your week with Public News Service, member and listener-supported, heard on great radio stations, your favorite podcast platform, and find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
Northern Lights Public Radio is 102.7 KCHW, Chewelah, Deer Park, Colville.
And there we go. It's KCHW 102.7, looking at 8:23. You're proud of me, Michelle? I gave the right time.
You did. Good job.
Been messing with people and giving East Coast time. Sorry. All right, back to the studio we go. Michelle Williams is there live, and she has today's local birthdays. Take us through the weekend and maybe even feed us some birthdays if there's some on Monday as well, Michelle.
All righty. Today we have Eric Ross, Tegan Van Doren, Leon Richardson. Tomorrow, for June 11th, we have Megan Abrahamson, Eland Brighter, and a happy anniversary to Brian and Karen Harding. Sunday, the only birthday is Chris Hansen, so happy birthday. And Monday, we are birthday vacant.
Oh, All right, if you missed your birthday, you want to get it on the birthday calendar. That is provided to us by the Lions Club. And all you need to do is go to our website, and there's a link to the Lions Club International there below at a PDF that you can download and fill out and turn in and get yourself on the Lions calendar for next year. They start doing that in like October, but you can get a jump on it if you'd like to be on it. Let's see, go to kchw.org, and you can click on the supporters page and find that link to our local Lions Club. And a big round of applause for everybody having birthdays and anniversaries. Phillip Dunton, throw us out a few celebrity birthdays that people might enjoy.
Let's see. For today, we have Elizabeth Hurley turning 57. Comedian Bill Burr is 54. Lily Sobieski is 40. Kate Upton is 30. And just because I always thought he was funny, DJ Qualis is 44.
He is funny.
Yeah. He's just so awkward and yeah.
You kind of relate to him, do you?
Yeah, totally.
Wah, wah.
Saturday we have, let's see, Joe Montana is 66, Hugh Laurie is 63, Dr. Oz is 62, Peter Dinklage is 53, Joshua Jackson is 44, Shia LaBeouf is 36. And then on Sunday...
Don't miss Saturday's Adrienne Barbeau. Now, I know you're too young for this, but she is the woman that starred in, like, every Creature from the Black Lagoon, Creature from the Murky Depths. She was always in those creature movies where there was, like, a creature in the forest that carried off the beautiful woman. It was always Adrienne Barbeau, and she is 77, I guess currently in a show called Maude.
Huh.
All right, sorry to interrupt, buddy. Go Sunday.
No, you're good. Sunday, we've got Jason Mewes, turned 48. Dave Franco's 37. And, yeah.
That's it?
That's it.
All right. He was uncomfortable with the Playboy Playmate.
I just kept looking at the names, and I was like, I don't know any of these people.
All right, let's pick a few notable history things from It Happened Today. We'll start off for the 10th of June today. 1682, first tornado recorded by settlers in North America was sighted near New Haven, Connecticut. 1776, Continental Congress appointed a committee to write a Declaration of Independence on this day. 1793, Philadelphia ceased to be the capital of the United States when all federal government offices moved to Washington, D.C. I'm sure the people in Philadelphia are very happy about that. 1943, the ballpoint pen patented by Laszlo Biro of Budapest, Hungary. 1965, Subway owner Fred DeLuca opened his first sandwich shop. Now you know the origins of why there's a Subway on every corner and every time you turn around. Right, a fun one for today, 2002. We're not going back very far for that. A man in Hanau, Germany, was charged with assaulting a police officer with his underpants. Arrested for traveling on a train without a ticket, the suspect was waiting at the police station when he suddenly stripped and began hitting an officer repeatedly in the face with his underpants, which were listed and charged. He was charged with his underpants as a weapon. We had the same thing yesterday, and I played Steve Martin going, "I've been wearing the same underwear since Tuesday."
It's like a biological weapon at that point.
Yes. Let's see. 2014, Donald Sterling, owner of the LA Clippers, who was banned from the NBA after racist remarks, changed his mind on allowing the sale of the team to Microsoft ex-CEO Steve Ballmer. Instead, Sterling revived his $1 billion lawsuit against the NBA. That was kind of a big deal in sports. Let's see. New DNA in 2019. DNA research on grapes showed one French wine. I can never say that right. Anybody?
Sauvignon.
Thank you. You're the bartender. Had been grown for 900 years.
Wow.
All right, moving on to Saturday, Continental Congress appointed Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, Roger Sherman, and Robert R. Livingston to a committee to draft the Declaration of Independence. And again, that was 1776, of course. 1962. Frank Morris, John Anglin, and Clarence Anglin became the only prisoners to successfully escape from the prison on Alcatraz Island. I want to know how they did it.
Didn't they make a few movies like that?
Yeah. Was that what was that one called? The Rock?
Well, and I'm
But it wasn't
pretty
about
sure
that.
there's an older one called might be even literally Escape from Alcatraz or something like that.
Clint Eastwood movie. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, 82. Steven Spielberg introduced his classic science fiction film E.T. 93. Skip way ahead. Same dude. Jurassic Park premiered. It only took them 11 years to come up with dinosaurs. 1998, Amazon.com expanded its product line from books only to add compact discs, and look at them today. 2002, American Idol premiered on the Fox network. Any of you guys still watching that?
No.
Yeah, me either. Right, I remember this one. It canceled an all-expense-paid trip to the Mexican Riviera for Scott. 2009, World Health Organization declared H1N1 swine flu to be a global pandemic, first such incident in over 40 years, and look what's happened now. But I had won a all-expense-paid trip for being the best salesman of the year, believe that or not.
We believe it.
2018, I think that was an insult. Net neutrality was officially repealed by the Federal Communications Commission 2018. And I think special events then for Sunday. For Phillip, 1939, National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum was dedicated in Cooperstown, New York. Now, you're a collector of baseball cards, aren't you, Phillip?
Yeah. Yep.
So I'd like to know how many baseball cards you have, just a rough estimate, and which maybe a couple of the ones you think are the most valuable.
Well, most of mine are current. I would say I could probably have 400 autograph cards, and probably somewhere in the 5,000 to 8,000 total cards.
Wow.
Range.
Wow.
Most of them I like to go after prospects, so players that are going to potentially be good in the future. Part of the market, for a long time was always rookie cards, but one of the most valued cards now is actually player's first Bowman card. It has a little logo on it. I don't know if you can see. I gotta move my screen.
There.
But
a little higher.
Oh,
okay.
See how there's that little one in the corner?
Yes.
It's all kind of blurry. Yeah, so that's a Bowman first card, and it just in the future, if those players do well, then those cards skyrocket in value.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Moving on. 1952 for Sunday. 17-year-old Bonham, Texas house cat named Dusty set a Guinness record by giving birth to her 420th kitten.
Whoa.
420th kitten. Wow. Crazy cat lady must own her. All right. Let's see. 1965, Queen Elizabeth honored the Beatles by making them members of the Order of the British Empire. Several British officers were so outraged they returned their medals. Oops. Let's see. 1987, President Ronald Reagan publicly challenged Mikhail Gorbachev to tear down that wall. All right. 2009, TV switched in the United States from analog NTSC to digital ATSC, basically wiping out television receptions for millions upon millions of Americans. That was a horrible, horrible thing to do.
I remember that.
Let's see. In 2019, earliest evidence of humans smoking pot was discovered in a 2,500-year-old grave in Pamir Mountains in China. You guys know what he was actually said when he got caught?
What?
Any idea? This is like a 2,500-year-old man in China got caught smoking pot. And here's what he had to say.
Wow, man.
That's it. Sorry. Special events through the weekend. Start us off with today, Michelle.
All right. Just following along. I got to get back up here. So sorry. Yes, okay. Today, it's very important. Alcoholics Anonymous Founders Day. So
cool. All right.
Yes, that's a very good, good organization. So thank you for them, to them for doing that. Ballpoint Pen Day.
I covered that.
Yep. Herb and Spice Day.
Mm.
Iced Tea Day. And,
Directions are on the box.
Right. And Marriage Day.
Be careful.
Directions come from the courthouse, and they're very confusing.
Yes.
Does that mean you could only get married on that day? I'm confused.
Yeah.
Celebrating marriage?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, celebrating Marriage Day. That would be better. All right.
All right. For tomorrow, Corn on the Cob Day.
Perfect.
Yes.
Along with German Chocolate Cake Day.
Also good.
Rosé Day.
Yep.
World Gin Day. And Knit in Public Day. So
Isn't German chocolate cake, though, the most angry of all chocolate cakes?
It makes me pretty happy.
Okay, just checking.
It seems like tomorrow is like have a picnic with your grandma in the park and get drunk.
Okay.
That's what it all looks like to me, but maybe that's not a good idea.
Grandma.
But hey, could be fun. You never know. Sunday, Abused Women and Children's Awareness Day, Little League Girls Baseball Day, Magic Day, Automotive Service by Professionals Day, Jerky Day, Peanut Butter Cookie Day, Superman Day.
Stop it. Really? Superman Day?
Yeah, they're hanging out with the women veterans because it's Women Veterans Day, too. And
Well-
Right to Your Father Day.
Okay, so every Superman Day, I put on my long underwear and go outside.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Yes. All right, sorry.
I can
Is
dig
that
it.
all your days?
That's
Right
all my
to you.
days.
All right. A number of the day is 3, and it's days the new Ford F-150 Lightning can power a typical home thanks to its 131 kilowatt-hour battery pack. Wow, they're passing stuff fast on this. I know my kids are drooling for one. They keep talking about it, getting the new F-150 electric pickup. Yeah. All right, time check, 8:37 this morning. Coming up, we've got your odd news for you, but first, a couple stories. First, the secret sauce to a rock-solid marriage. Everyone, since tomorrow is Marriage Day, right? Everyone in a long and happy marriage will tell you their secret, from don't go to bed angry, to make each other laugh, to just nod and say, yes, honey, you're right, which is my favorite. But there is a secret sauce to a long and healthy marriage, and it boils down to one word: change. Dr. Stephen Craig wrote a book on the topic and said marriages fail because people refuse to change and adapt. Couples change to rejuvenate the relationship instead of saying, you knew what I was like when we got married. Try and become the spouse they have always wanted to be. Craig says successful marriages don't happen because two people fall in love. They happen when two people fall in love over and over again with each other. So proud, of my sister and her husband, Brad. They've been married now for coming up on 40 years. Wow. I'm totally impressed by that kind of stuff. Michelle, you just got married.
Yes.
Do you have any projections on length? Or you want to leave that alone?
This is my second marriage. So I went into it a little bit smarter this time around, But, this one's definitely a all or nothing one. So.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to leave that alone. Let's see. Night owls. Either of you consider yourself a night owl?
Nope.
Oh, guilty.
Guilty? Me too. This is bad, and this is for us then, Philip. Night owls often wake up for work or school with a scowl on their face and wishing for an IV drip of coffee. I'm so depressed right now because mine's actually empty. Well, morning people come skipping in 15 minutes early, Michelle.
I was here at 5:20 this morning.
Wow. Wow. So you're like driving in the dark to get there.
Oh, no, it's actually, I get up at 4, and it's breaking day at 4 when I get up.
Study found morning people aren't chipper just as the sun, morning people aren't chipper just as the sun is coming up. They are happier and more satisfied with their lives overall. Oh my gosh, Phillip.
Wow.
Trouble. Wow, that's horrible.
Studies.
Oh, man. I've been keeping track of this one, James Webb Telescope. Oh, man, this is so sad. The most powerful telescope ever launched into space was recently damaged by a small space rock hurtling through the solar system. NASA made the announcement this week stating that the collision with the James Webb Space Telescope occurred between May 23rd and May 25th. They were just getting this thing online, too. Adding that the micrometeoroid strikes such as this are unavoidable. The dust-sized micrometeoroid hit one of the most crucial pieces of the telescope, one of the 18 gold-plated mirrors that gather light from the depths of the universe and reflect that light toward an instrument that collects it. Despite the dinged mirror, though, scientists say that the telescope can still operate at full capacity, which is good news. James Webb Space Telescope, which cost roughly $10 billion, was launched back on December 25th of last year. So, very cool space stuff.
Wow.
All right, we're coming up on the end of the show. We're going to do that thing we do. I always think it's like the funnest because we get to find people that are maybe a little crazier than yourself. It's time for the Friday edition of Odd News.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your Odd News on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Oh, yeah, we always start off your Odd News with what we call the news attack, and that is one statement followed by a big fat lie or a really bad joke. And Michelle Williams kicking it off.
All right. According to a study on aging, if you want to live to be 100, your chances are better if you have a brother or sister who has already lived to be 100. Experts aren't exactly sure why it is, but they think it may have something to do with two people instead of one trying to remember where the prunes are.
All right, Phillip.
A study found that drinking too much coffee can cause hallucinations, like seeing a Starbucks on every corner. No, wait, a hallucination, but not seeing a Starbucks on every corner.
This is true. All right, police in Cape Coral, Florida say a 14-year-old boy and his 11-year-old brother broke into a gun shop and stole 22 guns, 14 and 11. Well, Father's Day is just around the corner. Good job, kids.
Oh, boy.
Wow. Scary.
All right. During January 6th testimony last night, we learned that Capitol Police endured hours of combat. Unless you watch Fox News, and then it was a 5-minute pillow fight.
Ooh. You didn't hurt yourself doing that one, did you?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. Phillip.
According to a study, fish can actually recognize you. Oh, look, my human is back from the mailbox. It looks like he's still in pajama pants.
Have you guys ever had fish?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They do recognize you.
Yeah.
And they say that fish only have a 30-second memory, but how could that be true when they recognize you? And my fish would actually get excited when you came up with the food thing. He's like happy to see you.
Yeah.
And your pajama pants.
There's fish on them.
Yeah. Another study says a Mediterranean diet is the overall most effective and the safest. But I'm still trying to find the diet that has honey buns on a safe list. Michelle?
A source says Ellen DeGeneres is looking for a new project, perhaps a fixer-upper type reality show. She can start by fixing up Will Smith and his family. That might be a little too soon.
Ouch.
Father's Day is a week from Sunday. Got your tree up yet?
My Father's Day tree.
No, because Christmas is like when Walmart puts out their Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
Like now.
Right.
That's a joke. It's not funny if you have to explain it, Scott.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking of a Father's Day tree and what I would put on it.
Well, we'll get you one of those too.
Okay. All right, down to the world of wacky but true. We don't add any lies to these stories. It's all true, and the idiocy is self-contained. We start off with multiple people in Pasadena, Maryland, calling 911 to report a fight in progress. It was two mail carriers. You got to picture this. A male and a female U.S. mail carrier. They kept going around the block, and at one point, they were front to front, smashing their bumpers together in their mail vehicles. Then the guy in the one mail truck got out and punched the window of the other mail truck, and then she started throwing mail at him. Police cruiser converged onto the scene. The mail postal carrier ran but was chased, caught, and cuffed. Let's see. Residents said their regular mail carrier was on vacation and didn't know the two that were fighting in the street. Oh, man, I miss out on all the good stuff. Wow. All right, so what could you possibly pay for mail carriers in a battle with their trucks? This is the only thing I could come up with.
Cry havoc, and let's slip the dogs of war.
I did find this one.
Any mail from me while I was gone?
Nope.
No. No. That's crazy.
And back to you, Michelle.
All right. Ashland City, Tennessee police officer Stephen Ellis was off duty at home when he heard a broadcast on his police radio. A hospitalized jail inmate had escaped and was seen riding a bicycle down a street, Ellis's Street. He was in the kitchen, looked out the window, and saw the inmate on a child's bike, which was missing a pedal. Ellis quickly and easily chased down the inmate and apprehended him.
There's nothing quite as bad as when, and you see this every now and then, is someone riding, an adult riding a child's bike.
Yeah.
I always think this in my head.
Perhaps you'd like to be alone with your rapidly deteriorating mental condition.
That's appropriate.
Ouch. Sorry. Let's see. I think we're to Phillip. Yes.
In India, 2 train drivers and supervisors were suspended after a train traveled down the tracks without a driver. The train was in a parking bay when it began moving on the tracks due to a technical mistake by the driver. The train was moving slowly but managed to travel about 2.5 miles before its pursuers were able to climb into the driver's cabin and pull the brake.
Ooh, wow.
I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I spotted several big mistakes.
But I'd be afraid if I was on a train and realized there was no driver.
Have you ever done that in your car? Like, forgot to set the brake, and then it's like...
Worst one, and I hate to tell stories more than once on the radio, but people will give me a Darwin Award for this. I'm going up to the tower, got a snowmobile on the car, drop the snowmobile in the trailer, pull the car up to a nice level flat spot that I think is safe, pull the e-brake, go back down to the snowmobile trailer to get the snowmobile going, look over my shoulder, and my car is coming directly at me. And it's cruising. And I don't know what to do, and I'm not in the best physical shape, but, your adrenaline starts pumping, and I don't even know how I did this. The window was down on the car. It's that split-second choice, and I didn't have full coverage, so I'm about to lose my only good means of transportation. And I start running alongside the car as it's going down the mountain, and I don't know how I made it through the snow because it's deep. I actually managed to get into the car and get it stopped before it slammed into the tree down at the bottom of the hill at the corner. I don't know how I did it. It was pure adrenaline, but it was that split-second choice. Do I do something really stupid, possibly slide under the car, or be in the car as it smashes into trees? But I opted to save the car for some dumb reason, and it worked.
Did you jump in the window?
No, but I was able to get the door open and get myself in the driver's seat. And at that second, it was the second time I went, "What are you doing?"
It's impressive.
Okay. Wow, you're in the car now. Now what are you going to do? And I don't know why, the powers above or something, why the car actually came to a stop, but it did. So.
And yeah, I believe that was scary. I've seen that road. Holy moly.
Yeah, Michelle's been up there. And it was on one of those switchbacks, Michelle, where you take the sharp corners. I don't know how I managed into the car and got it stopped, but it was my day was pretty much done after that.
I bet.
All right, on to, if I'm in the right spot, let's see, yes, on an Australian man who lost part of his finger in a bar brawl walked out of the pub and down the street before he noticed his finger was gone. Yeah, the benefits of alcohol. Security guards later found the severed finger in the pub's bathroom. Police brought the severed finger to the hospital. No word yet, though, if it's been attached.
Ew.
Here's what the nurse had to say.
All right, look, lady.
Don't you point those dirty green sausages at me!
Yeah.
I played that yesterday, too. The other thing is when you look down and you see a missing appendage.
Where's my mojo?
All right, let's move on to something a little less disgusting.
Thank you.
A delicious rescue mission took place Thursday at the Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania M&M Mars chocolate factory, where 2 people fell into a tank of chocolate and were unable to get out. The people in the tank were not hurt. The chocolate was about waist high. Like, really? Do you have to rescue me right now?
That was the girl, obviously. It was a girl and a guy. And that's when she turned after, being in the chocolate for a few minutes, realizing she couldn't come out. And girls love chocolate, so she turned to the guy and said,
"What sign are you? Because my mood ring just, totally changed colors."
Oh, yeah, you do like hippies.
I remember... it was probably a mistake in hindsight, but meeting my last wife for the first time, and she told me she liked chocolate, so I arrived with a big chocolate bar in my pocket so she'd know who I was and follow me home. Never do that again. All right.
No, all the chocolate is in the car.
All right, Phillip.
Syracuse, New York police chased donuts Thursday morning as they followed a report of a stolen food truck from a popular bakery. The glazed and confused truck was found the same day it was stolen. What a great name for a donut truck.
Right.
And right after that, they went quickly to a donut like Dunkin'.
We need donuts and coffee, hot.
I'm so glad I'm not in Chihuahua to get pulled over for that.
I'm walking today.
You're what?
I'm walking today everywhere.
You're walking today? Because I said it, you might take the blame. 18-month-old baby and a pit bull were found walking together down a Cape Coral, Florida street. Sadly, this isn't the start of a bad joke. According to an arrest report from the Cape Coral Police Department, a resident on the street saw the 18-month-old in nothing but a soiled diaper walking near an intersection around 9 a.m. last Friday, and luckily the dog was with the kid. I should say not even really a toddler, huh? The witnesses told police this wasn't the first time they'd seen the child and the dog walking the streets alone. Why wouldn't you call someone? So this witness, I'm just as angry as them and as I am the mom. They said it was the 7th time they witnessed the duo taking a walk together, an 18-year-old baby and a dog. Police eventually made contact with the child's mother, who is now in jail. When I hear stuff like that, it's like, why did you have a kid? Really?
The witness should be in jail, too.
Both of them, yep.
7 times.
And you never called the police or anyone? Huh, there's a baby in a pit bull.
That's weird.
Oh,
6 more times.
No, it's just Wednesday. What are you talking about?
Uh-huh. So that took me back to the original Incredible Hulk.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Yeah. All right, that is our odd news for today. I want to send out a special thanks and applause for both Michelle and Phillip for being along today. Got a special sound effect for you guys, too. But first, Michelle, a little wrap-up. What's going on in the park today?
Oh, you did it to me again. Okay, so we've got... I don't have it up yet.
You don't remember what's going on in the park today?
No, I do remember what's going on.
Okay.
In the park today is the farmer's market.
That's right.
Yes.
From 11 until 3:30, you can go down and get the fresh goodies, right?
Yes,
Fresh
I will be
goodies.
going down there for lunch today. I want to go check out what they've got. So next week when we talk about it, I'll have a little bit more information for everybody.
Cool. And then Saturday in the park as well, starting at 10. Hang gliders?
Yes, Chewelah Trail Twisters and special guest Center of Lift. They will be in the park from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. They'll have music at 7. They'll have some brats and burgers from Steve-O's Restaurant in Republic and some beverages from Fired Up. So it's going to be a great time.
And snowmobiles, too. Some of the
Yes.
snowmobile racers are going to be bringing their rigs in just to show off. So maybe something you could pick up and buy, Phillip.
Maybe they'll be grilling.
Ooh, there is going to be food there. A couple restaurants, one from Republic and one from Chewelah, going to be there in the park providing food, too. So finally, some fun in the park. There you go. And the rain should be over after the morning hours tomorrow. You can enjoy a nice day in the park and some live music tomorrow night. I think that's totally cool. All right.
Yep.
All right. Other than that, I have this for you guys as we head out, and wishes for everyone to have a great weekend. It's KCHW Chewelah.
Great job, team. Head back to base for debriefing and cocktails.
I figured you guys would like that.
Yes.
And cocktails.